A Trump voting immigrant is losing his business after the leopards came for his face. 40 more After more than 40 years in business, owner John Wong, who owns Wong Kai Imports, is shutting down. Might be shutting down. This is one of the few Asian markets in Manatee County, Florida. Okay, and it, again, might not exist any longer because of Donald Trump's tariffs. In fact, he said, I talked to a lot of customers. They said, Mr. Wong, don't close. Stay open for another 3 years. I said, I try, but it's hard. It's very hard. Okay, but why so difficult? What's going on here? Well, it's because this business happens to rely a lot on imports from places like, for example, Vietnam, Thailand, the Philippines, China. These are countries, by the way, that are facing some of the steepest tariffs in President Donald Trump's second term. For example, when it comes to China, look, Trump has threatened tariffs as high as 145%. Right now, it's currently tentatively at 30%. If there is no deal by November, people like Mr. Wong that rely on Chinese imports, they're screwed. Either Trump makes a deal where it's like, okay, there's still probably going to be some sort of tariffs on there, or the Supreme Court decides that Trump doesn't have the authority to implement tariffs, okay, which I don't think is personally going to happen. Why? Because the Supreme Court is a rubber stamp court. They have been basically giving Trump whatever authority he wants. That said, things aren't looking good, okay, for Mr. Wong. Not looking good for really anybody except for the very, very rich, who are not shopping at Mr. Wong's grocery store, unfortunately for him. Now, Wong says he doesn't want to drive away any of his customers, by raising prices to offset the tariffs, which is what a lot of businesses do, okay? And now he says, look, it's because a lot of my customers, they're older and, they live on fixed incomes, okay? That said, he's like, look, there's only so much of that cost that I can absorb, okay? The irony here, of course, is that Mr. Wong voted for Donald Trump because he had promised to lower grocery prices. Day one, he said, day one, I will lower grocery prices. Everybody remembers that. Everybody knows that. That's what he said. But Trump did the opposite. That's right. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, grocery inflation is actually now at a 2-year high. Now, the tariffs are one of the factors. Another one is the ICE raids. Yeah, which have targeted people working in the fields. A lot of our agricultural workers are immigrants. Many of them happen to be undocumented. And these people have been arrested, detained, deported, or they decided that they just can't risk coming to work anymore because they will be arrested, detained, or deported. As a result, of course, you've got vegetables rotting in the fields, which increases the cost of food. At the end of the day, the fundamental promises that Trump made during his campaign were mostly lies, save for the bad things that he promised. I mean, look, Trump said mass deportations now, and he's actually doing that. Okay? Now, he said he's going to be dictator for a day. It's been a bit longer than a day. Now, he also said he's going to go after his political enemies, and he's doing that. And then, of course, he also said he's going to give tax cuts to the rich, and that's what he did. Everything that he promised, pretty much everything he promised to do that would benefit regular people, he did not do. So, there's that. On that, by the way, Michael Snipes, an economics professor at the University of South Florida, said that many Americans, as a result of this, feel pretty duped. He said they're really starting to see that these policies are probably not working the way that they were kind of sold to us. No shit. It's because a lot of people don't really understand how things work. They didn't understand that you can't just stick tariffs on goods from another country and expect jobs to magically reappear on our shores. Hell, a lot of people didn't even know that it was us the consumer that pays the tariffs. They actually believe that, like, no, we put the tariffs on China. China pays the tariffs. No, they don't. No, they don't. We pay the tariffs. We do. Okay, so it's not reality. And by the way, our own exports end up getting harmed when other countries retaliate by putting up their own tariffs. For example, soybean farmers. They are now scrambling to find alternative markets after China stopped buying soybeans from us, from American farmers. They were our biggest customer. You know who they're buying from? Argentina, who just got a $40 billion bailout from Donald Trump to bail out Javier Milei's libertarian economy. There you go. How's that America First going, guys? I've added there's a number of reasons why these tariffs are just not good economic policy. But at the same time, he said, we haven't really seen this administration back down. And they never will. That's, of course, despite Trump being given the nickname Taco, okay, because he always chickens out. But in reality, of course, he still has been pushing tariffs, threatening tariffs, tanking markets, and there it is. That's what he does. Now, of course, him not backing down or just making things worse is bad news for people like Mr. Wong. He said that if things do not get better, he's not sure if he can actually make it past the end of the year. He said, quote, "Is there any future? Is this the American dream?" To which I say, no, it's the American nightmare. And it is one that we warned everyone would be coming if they put this guy back in office. But you know what? They didn't listen. They voted for a man who said that immigrants were poisoning the blood of this country. I don't know how you could do that as an immigrant. The guy lied about immigrants. Oh, they're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. No, they're not. Didn't happen. Wasn't real. The man ran on pure racism and xenophobia and lies. How could anyone who is an immigrant cast their ballot for this guy? I will never, ever understand. And yeah, it sucks what's happening to Mr. Wong and his business. I don't actually want to see people get, put out of business. Well, okay, that's a lie. I'd love to see Trump get put out of business, but that's just me. I don't want to see small businesses fail. But this man is getting the day he voted for. Simple as that. The leopards are feasting, as they are wont to do. Okay? And it's too late for him to take his vote back. Remember, Trump doesn't care about you. He just wanted your vote. And if you gave it to him, well, unfortunately for all of us, okay, giving him that vote comes with some, pretty awful, terrible consequences that we are now experiencing. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.